Hi, we're going to show you what is fast food. Follow me, let's go. It's not that hard. Fast food is nearby. You can always have a restaurant with fast food. It's cheaper and it's everywhere. The McDonald's, like one in every 200 meters. This is in Barcelona. In other cities, like small villages, not that much, but in big cities, fast food is really spread all around. Fast food restaurant in a city, and we are going to show you what's fast food. Fast food, like this, it's that food that can be eaten by people that don't have that much amount of money or low economic incomes. And also when you don't have that much time to spend to eat and to order. So here we have examples of food that they are already baked and already cooked.
Hello, I'm Vídeo, and I will explain to you the difference between an inferior good and a normal good. A normal good is a good which the quantity demanded increases if the income of a population increases. In an inferior good, the opposite is the case. If the income of a population increases, the demand for this good will decrease because it's considered inferior to another good which can now be purchased. An example that can be given is bikes in China, whose demand is decreasing with the rising income of the population because people are now preferable buying cars than bikes.
Okay, my name is Marc Albas and I'm going to explain to you our hypothesis. We think that fast food is an inferior good, which means that the demand is going to be elastic. And then here we'll have the supply and the quantity and the price of equilibrium will be these two. Here the quantity and here the price. So what will happen if we put a tax? Then the supply will be this one, and there's going to be a new price equilibrium and a new quantity equilibrium. So we can see that a small increase in the price, which is the tax, will mean a really big decrease in the quantity demanded.
Okay, so now I'm going to explain you a tax which was implemented in Denmark, which is not a tax for fast food, it's a tax for fat products. It's not the same because not all the fast food has fat products. So we're going to base our video in the fast food which is fat, because there are examples of fast food that is not fat, which is bio fast food. So this tax was implemented to the products that had 2.3% of fat. And this tax was a tax of 16 crowns. It's like a 2.1, between 2.1 and 2.3 euros per kilogram of product that had 2.3% of fat. And this tax was implemented because around the 13% of the Danish people were obese. And it was very controversial because this tax had also problems. The most part of the population in Denmark went abroad to buy these products because it was really expensive in their country, as in comparison with the other countries nearby, such as Sweden or Germany. Also, here we can observe a graph which it shows the day before the tax was implemented. The consumption of these fat products rise a lot, and it decreased very much the day that was implemented the tax. So it was efficient because this year, because it was from October 2011 till January 2013, the consumption decreased around 3-4% of these fat products. So the consumption of fat products decreased.
2/3 of Americans are either overweight or obese, and this is having massive effects on healthcare, and it's costing the US government lots of money. So a tax to reduce consumption on fast food might be a good idea, or at least slow it down. But it's not as easy as it sounds. So when you look at the difference of price between healthy food and unhealthy food, 1,000 calories of healthy food would cost approximately $7.65, whereas for the same amount it would cost $2.50 for unhealthy food. An article published by Forbes found that the effect on soda of a tax on soda was pretty inefficient. For every point of percentage raised as a tax, the BMI, body mass index, only was reduced by 0.003%, and this would equivalent to only a 0.16% decrease in the BMI for a 58% tax on soda drinks.
According to the examples we have just seen, we cannot say that a fast food tax is entirely effective. We can see the example of Denmark, in which it didn't decrease that much. On the other hand, we can see that it isn't really fair, because it's an inferior good which is necessary to all these people who can afford spending that much time or money in a decent meal. In fact, the question is, why would someone make a fast food tax? In addition, we can see that there are many complementary policies or alternatives, such as the ones imposed in Japan, which were measuring the size of people to see if they were obese or not, and making obese people pay directly a tax if they didn't take a sport course to reduce their obesity, or in UK, in which it isn't allowed to be promoted. In fact, other complementary policies would be subsidizing a healthier way of life, such as green areas, biking, walking, and all this stuff, or also subsidizing employers and schools to pay for better caterings and better food. That would be the alternatives and complementary policies.